Welcome to Estonian Cricket Weekly. I am Ragne Hallik. Before we start, don't forget to like the video, subscribe and share it with your friends to help us spread Estonian cricket to the world. This week we visit Viru Bog. But first, we take a look at last week's games.
Unfortunately, due to heavy rain, Ground 2 at Tiskra was waterlogged and the Baltic Cup had to be cancelled. As Iceland had already arrived in Tallinn, two friendly T20 games were arranged for them and Estonia. In Game 1, the visitors won the toss and elected to bat. The outfield was still a bit slow due to heavy rain, and batters were not getting value for their shots. Iceland's opening pair of Chumley and Derek started off solidly, and just as it looked like Chumley was getting the better of Ram, he chipped one straight to Zishan at mid-off. Derek was joined by Dushan at the crease, and the two began to build an innings, but when Pranay came on from the Stockholm end, Dushan came undone, with a high pull shot that was going over the rope, but Ali Masood was in place to take an excellent catch. 47 for 2 after 8 overs. Pranay kept up the pressure on the Icelandics and struck again in the 10th. This time it was skipper Arslan who took a great catch, running from mid-on to mid-off. Pranay got a third, removing Sebastian for 7 thanks to a catch from Zishan. Derek kept up the fight for Iceland, but the wickets kept tumbling. Lee Nelson run out thanks to a good throw from Arslan, Lakmal caught behind by Stu off the bowling of Ram, and Derek was bowled by Habib for 51. Iceland finished on 136 for 7 due to 10 penalty runs being added for slow over rate. In reply, Estonia began with a new opening pair, skipper Arslan and debutant Stefan Gooch. The two combined well, scoring to all parts of the field and not giving up chances. Stefan brought up the pair's 50-run partnership in the 7th over with an excellent straight drive for 6. It finally came to an end when Arslan held out to Derek on the boundary, who despite misjudging it took a screamer over his head, 67 for 1. Ali Masood was the new batter. The run rate remained well above the required, with both batters finding the boundary with regularity. Estonia were cruising to victory, and it looked like it would be this pair to do the job. But then Stefan picked out Abhishek at mid-on from the bowling of Prabhav. 1 became 2 when Habib was out first ball, also caught at mid-on. Ali Masood kept a calm head and hit the winning runs, Estonia winning by 7 wickets. Player of the match was Stefan Gooch for his 63 from 45. In Game 2, Estonia batted first, and the new opening partnership was firing again, scoring 26 from the first 3 overs, but it did not last as long as in the earlier game. Stefan was out for 7. Zishan was in next, and just as he looked like he was in for a good score, he was out caught behind by Chumley off the bowling of Dushan for 12. Ben was next in and next out, getting run out for 10. Stu was stumped by Chumley in Mohammed's second over. Dave was also out in the same over, caught and bowled. Rifak also came and went, followed by Eftikar, and eventually Iceland removed the skipper for 61. Richard was bowled by David Cook for 9, and Ram was the last wicket to fall, Estonia all out for 148. The defence couldn't have begun better for Estonia. Chumley out caught by Eftikar off the very first ball of the innings. Iceland's star with the bat in the first game, Derek, copped a full toss on the ankle and had to retire hurt in the next over. Things continued to go Estonia's way when Culler picked up 2 and 2 balls in the very next over, thanks to catches from Stefan Gooch and Stu Hook. In the 5th over, Stefan picked up his first wicket for his country, thanks to keeper Stu grabbing a catch. And even when they weren't getting wickets, the Estonian bowlers were making life hard, as Eftikar bowled a maiden in the 6th. Richard and Eftikar also got into the wickets, and when Derek was unable to return after Prabhav was bowled by Eftikar, Iceland were all out for 69. Their lowest total in international cricket. Player of the match, Arslan Amjad, for his 61 from 35 balls and 2 catches. The opening match of the Meste Esiliiga T10 League features hippos and strikers, both of whom have a number of national team players, so this should be a good game, but I think the shorter format favours the latter. Strikers to win. Stallions take on Vikings in the first game of Group A. Stallions, as winners of the T20 League Division 1, go in as favourites against the team that just missed out on taking the Div 2 title. Stallions to win. The EFPEBG play their first T10 game against United. The Battle Group side are an unknown quantity, and it may take them a few games to get used to the pace of the short format. United to win. I think the clash between Vikings and Stars will be a tight one. One big performance from a player on either side with the bat or ball should secure victory. Stars to win. For their second game of the day, the EFPEBG should be more familiar with the format and more match fit. Stars will be a tough opponent for them, so I think we'll get a very exciting game. EFPEBG to win. The Pro 40 Liga opens with matches involving the 4 semi-finals from last year. Talon Stallions take on Talon United Raptors. The Raptors have brought in a lot of players to their squad for this competition, but I'm not sure it will be enough. Stallions to win. The defending Pro 40 Liga champions, Talon Strikers, play the Talon Hippos Pro 40. This is my pick of the games for the weekend. The longer format is the preferred one for the Hippos, while the Strikers have some good depth. Strikers to win.
At the end of every episode, I will teach you a cricket term in Estonian. This week's term is run, jooks. Run in Estonian is jooks. Aitäh vaatamast ja kohtume järgmisel nädalal. Thanks to our sponsors for their continued support of Cricket in Estonia.